All right, F and F time. Let's go. Let me get the prediction up as well. We're starting a little bit late, admittedly. I'm a bit, dropped the ball a bit there. Let's see. NA. Op 4 is attacking, Blue 4 is defending. Let me verify that real quick. Yep, that is the case. All right, cool. So we can just start that prediction right there and get it going. All right. Whew. So, was a little late because my computer decided to update a random audio driver and completely break everything. And it's an audio driver I'm not even going to use because it wasn't compatible with my audio setup. So I'm going to have to go on and install that after the stream. And it's like, ugh. And also, we're not going to do AZ because my drives are almost full and I got to fucking edit more footage. But anyway, Friday Night Fights, the last NA branch before it goes private. And I will be streaming it a lot less because it goes private and yeah. TLDR. Anyway, let's go ahead and cover all 3 rounds tonight, starting with round 1. This was a mission made by Puma. Simple background is NATO and AAF forces collided over control of an old military scrapyard, but the AAF, I guess, are set to Op 4. Notes, added trees have simulation disabled and cannot be knocked over or destroyed. Interesting. All right. Game mode otherwise is uplink. There's 3 terminals to hack. The attacking faction will interact with terminal, causing a 90-second countdown to start on the terminal. The defending faction has within those 90 seconds to interact with the terminal to pause the timer, and then the attackers have to interact with it again. Once the 90 seconds go by, we can, expect to see the terminal get captured, quote-unquote, and then a GBU will spawn, blowing it up and making it disappear. And Blue 4, I guess the defenders can't recapture those terminals. Otherwise, mission parameters here, maximum view distance is 1,111 meters, no magnified optics or NVG equipment, and max build points are 145, which is 20 more than the usual. Medium anti-tank settings appear to be 2 AT rounds per gunner on either side, as well as 2 as the assistant. That's why it says per person right there. Otherwise, starting with Op 4, we have modern Iranian force arid leaf camouflage. Interesting. So, they're supposed to be AAF, but the mission host decided to use these kits, interestingly enough. So it's a mix of G3s, which are 7.62x51 NATO battle rifles, I believe 20-round magazines, or M4A1s, which are 5.56, 1911s as the secondary. Support weapons for the light machine gunner is going to be the RPK with 45-round banana mags, and then the MG3 for the medium machine gunner, which, I'm going to be honest, it's a great defensive weapon, but offensive-wise, it's a pain to slug it around. But CQC, it reigns supreme with that fire rate. Anyway, light anti-tank is going to be the RPG-26. Recon doesn't matter anymore because they have scrubbed X-ray from the roster, so we don't see recon forces anymore. Crew and aviation get a choice between an MP7 or M4A1. I do see 2 BTR-40s up there, so we'll probably see that go. Otherwise, assets are 5 transport Urals and 2 BTR-40s with Dishkas, with 450 rounds in each of them across 50-round belts. Okay, cool. Looking over at our side here, we got Vagrant commanding the Op 4 side. Spoiler, in the EU branch, he did command a side on Op 4. He won, so take that with a grain of salt when you make your predictions. Mackenzie's going to be the platoon medic. Mountain's going to be the 2IC. Shy leading Alpha with Lolo as the squad medic. Alpha, I saw the D right there. Alpha 1 being led by Steed with Kabubi, Ash, G-Legs, Waldo, Eric Kiru, and Mike under him. Nielsen leading Alpha 2 with Pierce, Drake, Bates, Eagle, Norse, and Nielsen under him. I always have to make sure I'm saying Nielsen and Nelson as 2 individual people because their names are so similar. Charlie has merged everyone together. Looks like it's going to be a Pepega Pirate Squad with a few Scandi Recon players. All right, Artisan leading Legal Action, Arma Jesus, Circles, Green Shade, Flying Finn, Grav, Korvac, Muniz, Bant, Chow, and Kakir. Lurch leading Delta with Nemesis as a squad medic. Morgan leading Boys, Hamilton, Mr. Butters, Nuclear Moose, Lennox, and Stretch under Delta 1. Delta 2 has McSwagger leading White, Lewis, Dover, Moore, and Puma all together as the Op 4 assaulting branch. They can spawn in 2 separate spots, but it looks like they are going to stick with this position right here. I guess this is meant to be a walking one, and that's meant to be an offensive one. Anyway, Blue 4, looking over at them real quick for our mission parameters here. Uniforms are going to be the Bundeswehr kits. I always get yelled at because I never know how to pronounce it. Breaking it down real quick, you got your platoon leader, your platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman, assistant grenadier, grenadier IR, who have the hunt IR rounds, which are camera grenades you fire in the air. Parachute down gives you a nice eye in the sky view of everything. Machine gunner, assistant, combat engineer, light anti-tank, medium anti-tank 1, and assistant, medium anti-tank 2, and assistant. RI, RIS, and sniper, recon infantry, sniper. These all don't matter because the recon isn't a thing anymore. Designated marksman, though, is important. That appears to be, I want to say that is an HK416. So it's only a 5.56 rifle, but it has a magnified optic. Crew lead, crewman, pilot, medic, and base kit. I'd imagine Op 4's designated marksman, because it's not in the loadout, would be a PSG-1, because I thought I did see one of those. A marksman is in Alpha, and a marksman is in Charlie. So they're very rare, but they do turn the tide when they're used effectively. Otherwise, loadouts for these guys are going to be G36s, Glock 17 as a secondary. Light machine gunner is going to get the mini-me, excuse me, and the MG3 is going to go to the medium machine gunner, which is a great gun to use on defense. Again, offense, already said, it's a bit of a pain to slug it around. Light anti-tanks from the M72, single-shot disposable AT launcher. Recon doesn't matter because it's been scrubbed. Crew and aviation, either an MP7 or a G36, depending on if they get vehicles that require dedicated slots for that. Otherwise, scrolling up in our roster, we have Depso commanding, Tymic as the 2IC, Fred as the platoon medic, Drake leading Alpha HQ with Germania as the medic, Alpha 1B led by Cosmonaut with Wheaton, Miller, Maz, and Stalin's kid. Nice. LCPL Maz. That's cute. That's cute, buddy. I hope you have a good time. Cool Breeze leading Alpha 2 with Poe, Martin, Wiki, Fish, Patriot, Give Me Your Milk, and Bridges. Harry leading Bravo 1 with Colin, Fez, Kevin, Riley, Michael, Vito, Twins, and Cosmos. Azuki leading Charlie with Charlie 1B led by Potato with Gulagmen, Wayne, Wise, Ilbanek. Awesome, he's here. Blam and Good Time Saddam, and then a dedicated vehicle crew of Pete, Solomons, and Pro Hunter, and then Biggie Purple going to join in under Bravo. So a few quick things, by the way. Ilbanek was making a custom plugin for me to be able to listen to people in local chat. For whatever reason, I think Too Far might have updated because I'm getting a notification about it being updated, so I'll have to tell him about that, but that plugin is currently broken, which is unfortunate because we were testing it today, but, you know, no sweat there. Also, I think all the really powerful players are in Charlie right now that have showed up tonight, so I know Maz is also pretty good. He's had a few upsets. Ilbanek also pretty good, so we'll see how that goes. Good Time Saddam as well, who I thought I saw on Blue 4, but he might be on Op 4. I might have lied to you. I could have sworn I saw Saddam in here. Might have just lied to you. I thought I went over his name, but I might just be blanking out. Anyway, vehicle assets for Blue 4, because I don't think I ever went in for those. My bad. 2 transport Ladas, an M240 Humvee, and an M2 Humvee, which is why you have those dedicated vehicle crews. Terminal sites are on the following locations. One is some sort of scrapyard over here, which is quite nice. The second is right over here at this little build-up. That's a few nice building placements. This big garage as well. Not too bad. And the third one is up in this little shanty town here, and you can get on top of these rocks, I'm assuming. I don't think there's any custom tunnel emplacement. Yeah, so that is all set pretty well. They're all customly placed, which is also nice, and they've just replaced up the dirt road. So overall, not a bad breakdown here. Anyway, Team Benet, I'll call you Albie, as you said. Thank you for dropping by. The Wub, thank you for dropping by as well. Zuzu, thank you as well. Gilly, how are you doing? And Ryle13, thanks for showing up as well. EU was pretty good. I only covered the first 2 rounds because I had a Zeus up to then do. But I was also told EU round 3 was also a pretty good mission. All of them were pretty brutal and went down to the wire. So not bad, not bad. We'll see how NA does tonight. Again, this is the last week that NA is public before they privatize the branch. And also, there's a lot of custom trees that have been placed around here, which is very nice indeed. So overall, I want to give it to Op 4 in terms of advantage because of Charlie being filled with very powerful players, and they're on offense, which is their strong suit. Blue 4 has 3 different terminal sites to cover with a small garrison, so obviously they're going to have to forego one. But the terrain here kind of favoring the attackers as well, because you got this big town right here. The attackers can come from the western flank, or they can get on this hill and come around. And I think the terrain deformer tool is in play because I don't recognize this part of the map. So we're going to see that. Yeah, I see Good Time Saddam is coming back. I knew I saw him. But I really like the placement of how some of this terrain is done, and it blends in really naturally with the AO. And this might just actually be part of the map itself. It might, you know, be stuck up like that, but it's nice. It's very nice. So, with all of this in play, I am kind of favoring the attackers here because it's going to be really tough for the defenders to hold. There's just, you know, so many AOs for them to cover, and some of these AOs have a lot of different angles, a lot of ways for the attackers to come in. And then because of these high hills, it's really hard for the defenders to then hold the open areas because they can be plinked off from range. You did miss the team rosters. I already went over them. I'm sorry. But regardless, this could go any way, really. But I'm favoring Op 4. But here's the thing. A lot of you always like to joke about if I favor a faction, usually that faction loses. So, you know, go with the flow. Do whatever you want. We have another route over here where Op 4 can just go in on foot. This one's kind of a waste, though, because then you still have all that ground to cover. It would be easier just to come on in, take the high ground, and then take this trench over here as well. And then I know some of you like to bet on whoever Pierce is against. So Pierce is on Op 4, so if you don't like Pierce, you can bet blue for. I'm not going to reinforce that, though, because, again, I think Pierce is a great squad leader. His command decisions are questionable, though, and that's why I know some of you don't like him. I vote Liru is a turtle and the viewers win. You know, then we can all go home. But again, I'm not covering DayZ tonight because I have to do editing because my drives are nearly full, so I'll be doing it tomorrow. Let's shoot for maybe around noon or 1. My mornings from now on, as soon as I wake up to noon, I'm going to be busy with some personal gaming stuff. I'm trying to allocate some time in the morning to just play whatever video games I feel like or my friend feels like, so... You know, gaming, having fun, that sort of thing. And I think Ilbanek just fixed the issue for the TFAR plugin. Because he just texted me what I think he did, or what do you think he did, Ron? That's incredible. Ah, that goober. One second. Alrighty. More duck game. So we might get some duck game on Sunday. Here's the deal. So Bloodwayne, I have a date night for her planned. At 7:30, I'm taking her to a really nice Italian place, and then afterwards, I'm going to give her a bath with a bath bomb, you know, a whole 9 yards with that. But starting at 10 o'clock, I'm going to make her a nice brunch. And then I've got a D20 table of different things that she likes to do.
Send in Goat Team 6.
And I'm going to have her roll for random things.
Thank you for your content.
Rebel, thanks so much for the 5-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. And I appreciate that you appreciate the content and are willing to sub to help fund it. Means a lot. But as I was saying, and then if she rolls a 20, she'll just see the entire list and pick something. But one of the things on there is Duck Game. One of them is It Takes Two, but we're not going to stream it. Because I think she also wants some time to game with me that we don't stream based off of some reactions that she's given me over the past few days regarding some other IRL stuff. But, so we'll see how things go. Normal or kinky D20? A normal D20. Look, our life on the side for the uwu stuff, we're both switches, so it's whoever decides to be dominant and tell the other one what they want. That's what happens that night, if you really want to know, but I won't go into details beyond that. What time is it in my country? 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're in Albania next to Greece? Yeah, no, I know where that is, because Bloodwing's Greek. She's first-generation Greek-American, actually, so her parents moved to this country. I know all about that. Don't worry. This is round 1, Mac Marine. It's about to start in 1 minute. But yeah, no, I just planned it with technically 19 different events, because, again, the 20 is she picks after seeing the list. Some of them are going to be, you know, up to an hour. Some might take a few. So we'll just see how things go. Op 4 is already mounted up and ready to go, though. Oh, son of a bitch. Fuck, I'm crashing. It gave... I need to be really quick about this. Oh, awesome. Oh. Oh, that is actually such a fucking relief. Let me explain what just happened. Okay. So sometimes the Urals in RHS, if you move over to them, they will crash your game when their audio starts up. So I wrote a script for myself because it caused a memory leak on my computer that would just immediately crash almost anything on my computer. So OBS would crash, other applications on my computer would crash because it would just cause that spike. I initiated that script on my old computer and it wouldn't work because my computer was too slow to process it. But this new computer, which we started yesterday, just executed it perfectly without fucking up anything else. So that's a win. A little silver lining in that loss, but again, new computer, so I'm going to be able to boot back up in like half the time. So we'll miss the opening units going out, but that's fine. But yeah, I write a lot of little mini scripts for this damn job, simply because I need to put the stock image up because I can't show you guys the password. But simply because there's a lot of little niche things that happen when I do these damn streams, and I have to account for all of them.
Haven't caught a stream in a while. Missed you, Papa Wavoo.
New Horizons ahead. How are you doing, my man? Thanks for the 25-month resub. I haven't seen you in a hot second. Well, no, I've seen you jump in occasionally. I hope everything's going well with you IRL, man, but... or woman, I actually don't know, but, you know, you rock you. But nonetheless, I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. But yeah, I'm actually really happy, because I saw, as soon as I crashed, a little command line popped up, and it executed a few things. Oh, that was nice. All right. Right back in the action. Op4 has fully deployed over here. Again, sorry about that, guys. It is a random crash with Urals, which is why you don't see me use a lot of Urals for the player base anymore. I still give them the AI on occasion, but it's because just that random freaking RHS crash. There's nothing I can do about it. But anyway, Op4 has decided to deploy it down here. If anyone doesn't mind, can they tell me what numbers you guys gave for the bet? Because I completely missed it because I was busy watching that script execute and going, oh my god, it's actually working. It won't crash OBS anymore. Mwah, brilliant. But yeah, while you guys are giving me those numbers, I will say on the side, I've been monitoring and recording how my computer does while I'm streaming, because I need to know whether or not I want to overclock my GPU or my CPU, because there's a few different things I can do about that. 64K to 24K? Nice. On what side? Blue 4 to Op 4? I'm assuming Blue 4 to Op 4, if not Op 4 to Blue 4, because Op 4 does have the more powerful players. V to R? Blue 4 to Red 4. Gotcha, gotcha. I was about to say, what is VR for, but... Neat. Alright, well, we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna be honest, I would have favored Op 4 a bit more, but I can understand the defensive bias, but we'll just have to see. Op 4, it looks like they're gonna start from here and start deploying stuff around. Some GLs are going back and forth, but it's a little too short. So I am being a little intermittent there. I'm talking to another community leader because they put out a slightly cryptic post about something that was really weird, and I'm just making sure they're okay. Which I think they are, but... Oh my god, guys, some of the stuff you have to deal with, not only as a YouTuber, but as an Arma 3 community owner, is freaking bonkers. I'm not going to go into the specific details of this one incident, but it's weird, and it forces you to make some decisions you might not want to do that might piss people off, but it's better than dealing with what might happen. People are weird, guys. Alright, so we got Op 4 coming around this right flank over here. They're probably going to stay in the low ground and then try to push up from down here. Take this hilltop, probably then bleed in on the left side. Take those two terminals, then maybe send a squad down from over here. So, what's the craziest thing you've personally had to do? That I've personally had to do or witness? Personally had to do... Are we talking Arma 3 or limited to my YouTube career or outside of it? Because the craziest thing I ever had to do was during cybersecurity shit like a decade. No. 8 years ago. Yeah. Which got my team nearly disqualified because I did something I wasn't supposed to, but... Yeah. Looks like Stretch is dead down here. I'll tell that story during intermission because it's a funny one, but it goes into my background if I've done a lot of shit. Arma career, craziest thing I've personally had to do was ban a bunch of people that overreacted over something for no apparent good reason because, how do I put it? We had to ban someone because they did something that was a clear rule violation, but then he publicly told everyone he got banned for a different reason. So everyone started trolling the community because of that reason, and we just started banning them too. And then after they realized what the real reason was, that was back in 2019. That was a fucking mess. I can't even get into details because it's just so messed up, but... It's amazing how people jump on bandwagon. Yeah, McLean, I think you were present for that. Way back when. I don't want to go into details, but yeah. Yeah. It's amazing how people bandwagon over the dumbest of reasons, and they won't go in and actually figure out what's going on. They'll just believe the first person that tells them something, and then they'll just fucking go nuts. And it's like, why? Like, what are you freaking doing? Good God. Alright, so Blue 4 are going to keep holding this position. Alright, so you're seeing some good key holding by Wheaton right here as he tries to pick people up. He's only got a CCO 68 scope, which is a red dot. Yeah, so Blue 4 is going to keep these guys pinned, but they're going to still slowly advance. It's all a matter of how many kills can Blue 4 get by picking people up as they move up before Op 4 gets into position. Because once they get up here, I think it's going to be over unless Op 4 has taken way too many casualties. I do appreciate where they're putting some of their forces, but... yeah, the 50 cal needs to be repositioned to get a better field of fire here, potentially to be put over here. I do appreciate the picks-offs that we're seeing. I also do like seeing the GLs going back and forth here. Ooh, that was a great shot on that BTR. Not sure if anyone died, but that was a great snipe on it. We've also... oh, okay, so Kabubi got killed by that. So I think Op4 is trying to get everyone on this hill so they can stem from there, because neighboring hills like this one, that's a lot of open ground for them to have to cover, and they'd be picked off, which is why you don't see anyone on it just yet. But again, Op4's plan is literally to get up here to use this as a stepping stone to then get to the remaining terminals, because you can overwatch them all from that position up there. And that's why I'm a little worried about Blue 4 here, because they're not inflicting enough casualties to get this done. I'm also worried that this Delta 1 group might try to be going around, which would be a mistake.
That is almost as strong as my sub-port.
Flavit, thanks for the 19-month resub. I agree with you, buddy. But nonetheless, I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I used to do capture the flag for cybersecurity stuff way back when. Again, I'll publicly talk about it in intermission. It's just very off topic. I don't want to distract from the actual round. But I'll give you a TLDR of all the shit I used to do. I think the Mission Maker actually deformed this with the new terrain deformer tool, because I've never seen that hill before. And I could be wrong, and maybe it always existed, because now I just don't know anymore, but it just shows the power of that tool, because all these extra trees put down as well. But now you can completely change a map and add a little bit of custom detail, which is what these rock positions are, and it looks great. Like, you can literally change an entire map now. It's Malden 2035, but honestly, it has a nice facelift. It's 2:46 a.m. for you, yeah, out there. I don't doubt it. So we're going to start seeing Op4 getting up here on the CQC. On the hilltop, Blue 4 might get flanked by a few of these guys as Op4 pushes up. Legal action blowing away that one Blue 4 defender there. Where on the map is this? It's between Dordan and Houdan. Which I could have sworn these were called other things, but I guess I'm wrong. But yeah, like this is all supposed to be flat terrain going down, so that's why this hill is interesting. Satchel trap's going off. Not sure if they got any kills, though. They detonated it slightly early. Another satchel trap going off. Again, I don't think it got anyone because they get them a little too early. And Broer, yes, you are correct. Fight's going well. Blue 4 is getting pushed, though, and once Op 4 gets up here, they use this as a stepping stone. I think that's the beginning of the end, in all honesty. Op 4 just hasn't really taken a lot of casualties. They managed to pick off a few of the Blue 4 guys as they were trying to retreat. So if Op 4 can just get online on the Overwatch positions, they can continue to shoot Blue 4 in the back and diminish their numbers. RPG just fired. I don't think the RPG-7 has the range. Yeah, it detonated just short. You don't see an impact crater. That would have hit. But the maximum range of an RPG, I forget how many meters it is. It's like 600, 500 meters, give or take. It'll detonate in the air. So had they just 10 more meters of distance, I think that RPG would have actually hit that Humvee, which is one of the weaknesses of the RPG. It has a maximum net range compared to things like the RPG-32, because I'm talking about the RPG-7 right now. RPG-32 or the Maws can, they don't detonate in the air. Yeah, right on, team. We'll be doing a lot of streaming tomorrow. Sunday, we will not be doing any streaming, though, which is why I haven't announced the Sunday op on the Discord, because, again, that is a date day for the Madame. Yeah, now Op4 can bipad all their MG3 guys and really lay hate on these two compounds. But now you're just going to see all this go in. Also, if anyone doesn't mind, can you check the viewer list and tell me if someone named Vix the Fox is watching? So I want to talk about something. All right, cool. We'll have to check again on intermission, but there's something else I want to tell you guys. Ooh, great knockout right there. We just saw that happen in real time, but now this is where Blue 4 is in trouble, because they have multiple forces garrisoned across two different positions here. They got a stronger garrison down here, but a weaker garrison right here, but they're apart at this point. So all Op 4 needs to do is continue to take the bulk of their force and just hit these terminals once at a time. Now, a fallacy they might do, though, is split off their forces, engage both of these terminals at the same time with different groups. So it's really difficult to see that through. But another thing is this force up here does not want to advance in this direction because you have all this open ground right here, and you hear those MG3s firing. MG3s will tear the fuck out of anyone caught in the open area, even if they're behind smoke, because that high fire rate's just going to murder everyone. So it's going to be up to Alpha to push in with Overwatch, and I still think that force can CQC this spot with this proper Overwatch here, but you still have some Blue 4 guys marauding around taking fire occasionally, so it's a little difficult for them to go through. But Op 4 have definitely slowed down just because you see them medicing up here. You've still got a platoon right there getting suppressed. But I'm worried, though, because you're starting to see Op 4 divide into two groups. This group, I think, can win these two terminals, but this group won't win this fight based off of the size. So it's just a matter of how much Blue 4 is still alive to then repel that other side. And when you're faced with so many terminals like this, even though it's tempting as a commander to split your forces off, you want to keep attacking one terminal at a time so you can absolutely guarantee your number advantage. And even if you have too many guys on a hill, for example, you can still put them in a position to harass other positions, but you don't want them actually going in and overextending yet, because you want them in reserve to send into the next terminal should you need to do that. But they can also at least still secure your flank to stop any counterattacks from coming in. So this divide I'm a little worried about, because Op 4 could do really well if they have a supporting element right here for these guys to come in. They should have just taken up more of the time on the clock and just annihilated this position, because now I'm worried that this group is just going to get cut down by the resistance down there. Fax, I'm not sure if you were here 2 weeks ago, but there was a mortar every round for the EU branch, and after that, I think they decided that they're not going to put mortars in anymore, because Falcon and Stark operated the mortar crew on 2 of those 3 rounds and got so many kills together because of that damn mortar. It was beautiful. Like, it was the one night where we saw mortars consistently and effectively used back-to-back, and it was so good and properly done that I think they all decided never to do mortars again. Yeah, they wiped a good 3, maybe 4 squads total of, like, combined units, and we're talking, like, 10 to 12-man squads. It was brutal to watch those opening volleys, because they knew what they were doing. There was a mortar round that killed, like, 7 people. It was delicious. Just like World of Tanks, people cry about it and it gets removed. Yep. And there's a reason, every time there had been a mortar used beforehand for the past year and a half, I was saying, guys, if it was used effectively, like, it would have changed the course of the game. And then we finally got some rounds where the mortar was used effectively, and they took it away. Terminal hack 1 started. Grenades and explosive traps are going off. It's a little too late. Steve was pushing. He got taken out. Now Op4 is going to be covering that terminal. Blue 4 have less than 80 seconds to push around to take it back. Oh my god, Waldo is on fire. He might have actually gotten ignited by that thermite grenade. So he's going to be taking damage over time, which is unfortunate. Pierce is freaking out, firing his rounds way in the air. He's got to be careful because he's got friendlies right in front of him. Shy now coming around. I think Op4 has too good of a security coverage right here. Arakiru could run up and take that other terminal. So now it's going to be up to these guys down here. Delta's folded out to reinforce them. There's no Overwatch cover. And then you got Blue 4 Ground Command coming up on the rear. I don't know. That's a risky one. And then you got 2 other blue... Oh, so they're going to Overwatch him going in. That could change the game if he gets behind enough of these Op4 guys, but that's not going to matter if this fight also succeeds, which it could. 20 seconds remaining. Blue 4 is refusing to make a push. I think that terminal is going to be hacked. Shy going in, killing that one guy. Yep, that terminal's down. So this is the next major fight, and if Op4 wins this one, I don't see Blue 4 getting to that one terminal in time. You are right, it's not over till it's over, but it's looking good for Op4, but this is the really important fight. However, Charlie's all garrisoned back here, which I'm a little worried about. I think they're purposely up here to be on Overwatch positions, but these Overwatch positions aren't the best because there's some trees and other buildings in the way to stop them from coming up. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Oh my god. They're literally blowing out the HESCO barriers with explosive charges. You got all of Blue 4 are just in a lot of Overwatch positions, but they're not in a lot of interdictory or picket positions to stop the infantry from actually pushing once smokes go out. Looks like Depso was finally killed off up here. I don't see his Blue 4 marker anymore. Got some grenades being thrown. I'm not sure if they're going to take the low ground and keep going or what. And then you also have Gamma 1, that's the 50 cal Humvee firing down here. But again, you got people like Band that I said were in Charlie that are just going to slaughter in CQC. Did he just... There was a Blue 4 guy in there and he just blew up, so... Yeah. That's no bueno. And you got a BTR-40 coming up around there as well. I gotta give it to it. Blue 4 has a lot of good Overwatch positions here, but it's just not enough because they don't have too many guys down to actually interdict Op4 from getting in and on the terminal sites. I honestly do think that guy just blew himself up, so... Yeah, no. Oh, he totally blew himself up. The crater's right on him. What was he doing? The goober. Yeah, so... I see these guys securing that position and pushing the terminal too pretty unmolested there. It's going to be up to these guys, but it's members of Pepega pushing this. Yeah, but he was Blue 4, so he just blew his own building up, so there was absolutely no point for him to do that. It was just a bad misplay. So you got Maz up here trying to keyhole from this one spot. He has gotten a kill. Could potentially pick Chow off. Wheaton winning that CQC fight. Which is interesting because he was fighting a G3. Yeah, that's what I expected to happen, is the G3 would just slaughter you. But double tap. There it is. Mwah. Also, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but do you see how much cleaner it is now on the new hardware? It's a lot less laggy. I've noticed it. It's a lot more clean. Someone said from Pakistan. Yeah, 762 by 51 or 762 by 54. Mwah. Delicious rounds. Because they're bigger, they got that stopping power. It's amazing. Did you just fire AT? At what? Oh. He didn't get it, though. I think it landed short. I don't see an impact crater, though, so it might have detonated in the air. Because, again, it has a maximum detonation range of 500 meters. Oh! You gotta love the UGL plays, man. Oh, God, what's the Maz doing? I just cast her cursed Maz, and Nuclear Moose just shot him dead. Well, I'm sorry, Maz. I did not mean to cast a curse to you there, buddy. I was just asking what you were doing, and you were dying. You were apparently dying. He died. GG. Ugh. So Op4, I'm a little worried about this attack because they have been losing quite a few numbers because they've just been trading evenly. And now all the guys that were in the buildings have come down to actually defend this area. You just saw White get picked off by the 50. Oh, it's could turn around here. We're going to probably see this group again go up to that terminal and then push around. But if Blue 4 can stop this attack, I think they're good. I know, I had to ask. Caster cursing, I didn't believe it was a thing. And I know it's a thing now. Give me your Melk under fire. He gets knocked out by a G3. I just can't tell where he went. Yeah, I think you're ragdolled into here. Whew. I love the handguns are so fucking niche because you have to hit them in the head, otherwise they don't do any damage. Martin trying to do attack reload, turns around, and gets the kill because someone hesitated. Nuclear Moose shot in the ass as he wakes back up. That's brilliant. Oh, shut up, Fives. I'm not even the TFAR channel. Ha! Oh, he's gonna hit him. Yeah, under the freaking thing. I love it. People don't check that. They think it's secure. No, Wise, you son of a bitch. He was doing so well. What is wrong with you? Martin was doing so well. You son of a bitch. It's like my jealous fucking ex. Oh my God. If he can't do well, nobody can. Ilva getting a great drop there. Yep, Blue Force cleaning house here. I think they've got it. Because this group, I mean, it's a squad of them, but it's going to get really slow after Op4 gets cleaned up here. Give me your Milk Wakes back up. Yes, he got friendly fired. Got some Op4 over here, but now they're getting suppressed by the vehicle. If I can't ask for ICBMs, can you ask for Napalm? If this was a Vietnam up, yes, but I am not Zeusing. I'm merely spectating, so I'm not able... Oh, it says Zeus POV. That's probably why people have been asking. Oh, well, I'll change that to commentator at the end. It's because we did a Zeus op an hour or two ago, so... Yeah, no. Oh, he thought he was safe, and then Saddam Hussein showed up. Blindfin coming in, can't line up that G3 where he wants. Will Wise come around and execute him? Grenades coming in on that. Wise climbing over. Misses the angle. Only for Muniz to shoot at Wise to cover. Good time Saddam blowing off Muniz's face. There's Terminal 2 being hacked. Finn gonna come around. Finn winning that fight. Wise now trying to come around and shoots Finn in the back as he tries to get attack reload. Oh, they only have a handful of guys left. That squad up there is still looking mighty thick, though. And you still got 2 shooters up here covering. It's still anyone's game because Blue 4 lost a few extra guys at last second. Just watching these guys at the moment because that squad over there, they're going to regroup and then push in. We're at the 24-minute mark, so this will probably be done in about 15 minutes, give or take. It was, you know, I agree. It was a decent counterattack by Blue 4, but I'm worried Blue 4 overcommitted and now they don't have the numbers to hold against that final squad up there. I feel like they're going to come up and flank that group and eliminate them. And then these two could still push down and get a few kills. And by the end of that, Blue 4 won't have enough to deal with the remaining numbers up there. Yeah, Mountain defending the hill. Isn't that cute? All right. Final squad fixed bayonets, yeah, right? I know. No, I agree. I mean, ever since the Adriano incident, you can always expect something crazy to happen in Friday Night Fights, that's for sure. For those who don't know the Adriano incident, there's a guy I know, his name's Adriano, very busy IRL, used to play a lot in TSB, good friend of mine. He came into FNF one day and decided to play, and there was a 3-way fight for a single sector in Zelenogorsk on the northern side. And Adriano's team went in first, and they got absolutely slaughtered. And Adriano was the only survivor on his team, and then the other 2 teams duked it out a bit. And then Adriano proceeded to pull what is known as the Adriano incident. He got 23 or 24 kills. We lost track after 21. And he single-handedly wiped both of the remaining teams and won it. Just look up the Adriano incident on YouTube, and you will see it. And it is methodical, because the admins after that, they had to pause the rest of the event to see if he was cheating, but you watched him just methodically loot enemy machine guns and absolutely slaughter everyone and like just breach buildings properly. He did everything right. So whenever we see, what's that brings up, if we need to see a player do something amazing, we have to say that they're going to channel in their inner Adriano to win. Because to this day, that event was done 1 or 2 years ago. I want to say 1.5 years ago, actually. No one's ever beaten his record. One person has come close, but only because they were about to get a multi-kill by shooting down an aircraft filled with dudes. But then they chose the wrong aircraft, which was funny. So his record still hasn't been beaten. And even then, if it was, it'd have to be infantry only. So I am liking this cleanup here. Cosmonaut might notice Mountain. Mountain does have an MG3, though, so Cosmonaut's into a quick tack reload. Oh, yeah, Adriano, he kept on the move. He did everything right. All right, he is so lucky that Mountain wasn't going in guns up, because that MG3 would have shredded him, so he eventually made the headshot, and he got it. So, final tally right now, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's a 7th in there. Yep, 7. 7 Blue 4. That Bravo 1 group I talked about got blown up. This is 7 defenders versus 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 offensive forces here. This could go either way. You got this MG3 being bipoded. Again, that's going to be really good for either side right now as they close the distance. As long as they can lead their shots, they should be okay. It was literally some John Wick shit. I'm gonna agree with you on that one. So what I'm a little worried about, I mean, Op4 has the time to move in here, but if too many people stay on Overwatch and they just try to plink at Blue 4 as they come in, I don't think anyone's going to be able to actually get into this AO. But another thing is that the terminal is technically over here. Op4 have too many guys in this compound around here, so if Blue 4 do. So if Op4 were to get some people close, that would force people to then come out, and then they could potentially get picked off, so... The Wub, thanks for the 3 months resub.
Now.
Go Op4.
Op4, I would say, has the advantage right now, but it could still turn around. Nonetheless, I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Why are RPGs able to make a building go poof? Well, you're literally firing a rocket into a building. So you tell me why they would go poof. You'd be amazed what firing explosives into buildings can do. I wonder what Cosmonaut's looting over. Oh, he's still doing medical, that's why. He might take Mountain's MG3 and bipod it, but Mountain might not have enough ammo remaining. Yeah, Ilbenek, I'll try. You test it and it works? Okay. I'm just gonna have to remember where my damn file path is. Yeah, I found it, and then I forgot where it was. Now I gotta go find it again. Alright, we'll see if Ilbenek's plugin then works, and then we can hear people on the ground. It would be nice. Alright, so Op4's been closed in the distance. They're going to slowly make their way through the town. Again, they have the time. I will get into that cater in, whatchamacallit, intermission. Alright, so 3 things we gotta do. We gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about, a Cyber Patriot story, and, I gotta accept Ilbenek's new plugin to see if it works. Because if it works, then we'll be able to hear people locally in-game, but we won't hear them when they go into the spectator interface. And I am too, Rocker. I just want to make sure both the squads are booked. Okay, so NA is getting privatized because way back when they started back in like 2015 or 2016, it used to start privatized. It was just a private thing between a few groups. And it stayed privatized for a while, and then they made it public in, I think, 2018 or something. And now that it's gotten a little more popular again, they want to re-privatize it. That's their official reason. I think there's a few other motives behind it as well, but it's their community and they can do what they want. So I will still stream them on occasion. I've been approved to do it. I just, we'll see. Because I got a lot of running around before I got an official answer. So I was told that they weren't going to stream it or allow me to stream, so I set up some things to do with AFI and VTOL VR. And I'm still going to carry out those things, which means I might not stream NA as much because I have other things I have to stream now. So AFI hosts something every 2 weeks. VTOL VR, I'll try to do once a week. That was a great grenade. Pierce, all right, I'm going to give Pierce some credit again because I know some of you hate him. He knows how to throw his fucking grenades. He will pull this shit. He will just airburst them into people's faces. How's the patches thing going? To my knowledge, there isn't a patches thing, because the last patches thing was, we got him a computer. I worked with his community, we got him a new one. And he's up and down. The man literally has the worst fucking luck ever in the goddamn world. So, he goes back and forth with some of that stuff. Nielsen with a great flank right there. I think Op4 might have this. Blue 4 only down to 4 dudes. Op4 still... Oh, explosive trap! Disabling the Humvee. Was not expecting that one, Chief. Troll Hunter died in the Hobo Scrap Kingdom. What the fuck? Oh, it's a smoke grenade. Just got a weird bounce. He's bouncing them up in the air so they do that. Oh, that's brilliant. Pierce gonna tap the terminal. That was a friendly explosive. You know, I'm not surprised. I'm waiting for the terminal tap, Pierce. Come on. He's checking for explosive traps. That's why. Pierce. Come on. He's either waiting for backup or he's checking for explosive traps. There's the touch. I think he was just checking to make sure he wasn't going to get flanked. 3 blue 4 remaining. They're now going to have a fire on their ass because... Oh, 4. Okay. But they have to stop the terminal hack, and they have less than 90 seconds to do it now. No one hates Pierce, you just like to win points. Well, some of you are a little more spiteful, admittedly. Eric here getting the kill. We also have Cosmonaut coming around here. Potato getting mag dumped. Switches to his handgun to finish it. Holy crap, Potato is eating bullets. Bro. 54 seconds. Solomon's running in because some of the Op4 guys are taken out. All those blue 4 guys just randomly came out of the woodwork here. Solomon's clearing things out, but he has to interact with that terminal. Give me your Melk also back here. Op4 might have just had it get turned around, to be honest, but we do need to see a blue 4 guy touch the terminal. Ash just got someone. I think that was Potato. Oh, this could turn around, but blue 4 ignored the terminal. People are going for kills. Solomon, you need to backpedal and hope you can kill G-Legs. Oh my god. Kill him. Yeah, these two are on defense now. They stopped it. Oh my god. Hack was just started again. Both of them interacted at the same time because they didn't go for the objective. They went for kills, and that's GG because Blue 4 mishandled that situation. What a shame. Solomon even wakes back up. That's why when you are down to that little bit of time, you have to rush the objective because otherwise you lose. You have to throw caution to the wind at that point. But that was a great final fight there. Really went back and forth either way. Blue 4 did a great job stopping this attack, but they unfortunately lost too much. And it just turned around and played out into Op4's hand at the end. So that was great. Anyway, guys, that is the end of round 1. We will now go into round 2. Team, thanks for dropping by. Have a good night to you as well.